How is life treating you? I'm Paul.
And I'm Linda.
And we're here. We also are known by
The Gummy Bears.
Yeah, we always want to say gummy bears. We forget sometimes, but for the most part, it's gummy bears. Because our last name's Gom, kind of hard to get to. Gummy bears, easy. Paul and Linda, easy. Everything we do, easy. We don't do anything complicated. Anyway, had to rattle that off there just a little bit. What we want to talk to you today about, and this probably only goes out to a few people out there, a few, probably 100,000 that have done this, but it's more about me than it is about Linda, but she's been involved with it the whole time. When I met Linda, I've been a musician ever since I started playing drums when I was 12 years old. Hence Taz. Well, you can't see it for the glasses. Glasses helped me see up close. Yeah. It's not necessarily the first thing that goes, but it's, yeah, I got Taz all over the place. Anyway, that was a bonding experience I can explain sometime. Anyway, I started playing professionally when I was 17 years old and have played from there all the way up to in my 40s before I finally quit. And when I met Linda, I was actually playing at that time at her parents' had a nightclub in Kansas City, and that's where I was playing. But anyway, playing is kind of something that's always been in my blood. Rhythms there, the music there, the beats there. I kind of relate a lot of things to music, and when I do things, I think of it kind of in sometimes some of those terms. But the whole time, every time we go play someplace, Linda always came with us, right?
For the most part.
Yep. She was there all the time and really became extremely helpful for us. Because when you're in a band and you're playing out, wherever you're playing, like we started playing in, I've played in some pretty bad places, like what you would see in the Blues Brothers where they played behind the chicken wire.
I wasn't there at those.
No, I've played in those. I was a little younger, but I've played in those. And we've also played in taverns and then nightclubs and then casinos. And then actually concerts where we've actually opened up for some big name musicians. Charlie Daniels. It was fun, wasn't it? Anyway. The point I wanted to get across is when you're a musician and you play out a lot, you have, like when you play nightclubs or anything like that, you have a job, and you have two jobs basically. The first job is to get the people that's out in the crowd up. You got to get them up and you got to get them dancing. Because if you get them up and you get them dancing, the next thing that happens is they get tired or hot and thirsty and they drink more. The more they drink, the happier the boss of the club is because he's serving a lot of drinks that night, right? That's the whole idea. The second idea is you have to be open to the crowd. You got to do something that other bands don't do. And
make you stand out.
Yeah, and I was kind of strange, and I got with a group of people that were kind of strange too. So, but
all musicians are strange.
Yeah, she thinks all musicians are strange, and I have to agree with her because I know a lot of
in their own little
really strange musicians. In fact, there's a guy named Joe Schroeder. I think he's probably a musician some way or another because he's pretty strange too. He even says he is, but that's beside the point. You have to do something to get the crowd involved so they have the best time that they've ever had. Because you're only there sometimes maybe a week, maybe only 2 nights, and then you got a chance to come back, but you only want to come back if you did a good job, right? So you can also lay little things around on the table that explain the band, where you came from, how you got to be where you're at, that kind of thing, right? And the more you do that, the more they become part of you. And so when you come back into town, they're coming to hear you.
Or they follow you to other towns to find you.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It really is. And you can correlate a lot of online businesses with the same way because you want to get out to people, you want to let people know who you are, where you come from, what are you doing, how'd you get there, And why do I want to even be involved with you? Which is kind of what we're doing. And the only reason I can think of to be involved with us is because we're going to help you a lot. Right? And we're true and real.
I mean, as much as he loved playing the drums, and that's what made his band and his group so good, is because they really loved what they did and they cared about what the people thought.
Yeah, we cared about the people because we would go out and ask them if there was things they wanted or things they needed. And I got the lead player to get a wireless guitar and a wireless mic, and he would wander around in the clubs, and then he would stand up on the bars and sing. And it helped that he was kind of nice looking, so because the women would go nuts. Yeah, he was young and nice looking. So anyway, we just wanted to throw that out there about being a musician. So if there's any of you musicians out there that are thinking about getting into an online business or are in one and not really, doing quite as well as you want to do, give us a buzz. You can connect with us down here someplace is going to be paulandlinda.com, or actually it's paulandlindagom.com. We have a couple of different sites. paulandlindagom.com is our blog, so you can learn more about us there and see some of the videos we have and some of the posts we've put out, that kind of thing. But musicians just kind of have a click together. So you guys out there, you women out there, there's definitely some chicks that are musicians and good musicians.
Or wives or people connected to musicians.
Yeah, because then you'll know just how weird they really are. Okay? Have a fantastic day. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Can't help but pound a little bit,